Welcome to the Warrior Shrine. We're off season. We're not talking about anything. We can say whatever we want. We're recording now. I had a friend who did the Make-A-Wish thing, and he wanted to meet Steven Spielberg. That was his Make-A-Wish. He didn't get to meet him. He's okay, by the way.
Wow.
No, okay.
Oh, okay, good. Like, that's what...
He's not dead. He's alive. He's good. He beat it. What was it? I don't remember. He had some. It was like a not a good look. Kidney failure-y something. Maybe livers.
Oh wow,
it was bad.
Rough.
Man, this was so many years ago. There was words I can't remember. I think it was his liver. Something was really fucked up with liver. Don't anyone like post liver disease names because it's not gonna jog my memory. I'm not gonna remember what it was. It was not good though. But so he had to make a wish thing. He wanted to meet Steven Spielberg. He's a big film buff. Fucking loves Steven Spielberg. Didn't get to do it. So they just sent him to Disney World. And I was like, okay. I mean, I guess that's a decent back pocket plan B that they always have. For people.
That's a cookie cutter ass wish.
Oh, dude, it is. He wasn't super psyched. I mean, how old? He was 15, maybe around 15. Which he wasn't too jaded, but he was already pretty jaded enough to be like, "Now I want to go Disney World."
I mean, I'm sure illness will do that to you. Like,
yeah, you're right. That too. But he would have fucking flew to wherever to meet Steven Spielberg. That dude was a Steven Spielberg super fan. But I mean, that's cool. Everybody's got their shit. So wait, this other kid, the story is he wanted to play Smashylvania for his Make-A-Wish, right?
he did, yeah. Nintendo granted it. They brought him over a dev kit, and him and his friends got to play Smash Ultimate, which is really cool. I like that a lot. Nintendo has sort of a bad rap when it comes to, or a bad rep when it comes to, just the tournament scene in Smash. And I guess they still do. This has nothing to do with that, but yeah, there's like no prize pots for Melee, and that's one of the biggest games at EVO. So, also like it's better now, but it used to be like Nintendo would threaten to force streamers to take Smash off for major tournaments. So they're learning. It's still they're still new to this tournament thing in a way, even though Smash has been around forever. So I think it's cool. And honestly, like Smash Ultimate is the best looking Smash since Melee, easily. Like it is. They've done so many cool things with that game.
When does that game come out?
I mean, you know that more than anyone, I think, with the whole Smashylvania thing.
What?
That game comes out, I believe, this month, right? No?
No way. That game does not come out this month, does it?
Well, let's find out.
Oh, man.
Oh, man, I got all this, I tried to search it and I got all this Japanese shit. No, my bad. December 7th. I wasn't even close. That's still really not too far off on the horizon.
No, it's not. I'm not going to change my Christmas list, though. Man, I bet what happened was that kid wanted to play a Castlevania game. He's like, look, this is the best you're going to get, dude. This is all that your options are, so fucking do it. And luckily, there's a fucking Castlevania game inside Smash, apparently, so, man, that kid lucked out. But I can't help but think about all the Castlevania fans who died before now, wanting that for a wish, and Konami was like, fuck you.
It does set a precedent, so we'll see if there's more of this in the future, but I mean, there's a lot of people who got to play Soul Calibur 6 early, and, illness-free. They just, Namco was nice enough to let people play, like, final versions of the game, so we're seeing a lot of, we'll probably have a whole segment on Soul Calibur 6, but, we know almost everything there is to know about the game now. I haven't even talked about Sangmina yet, which is
You know everything
awesome.
there is to know. I don't, I don't have to fake interest. I can actually hear all this stuff for the first time, and it's fresh. Hopefully, I haven't heard everything. I don't think I have. That'd be sad. What's the question?
Well, where do you want to start? Because there's a lot of topics, like...
Let's start 2 months ago. Did you see Simon and Smash Tip? Boy,
I did.
he was fucking in that game. And, man, can't believe it. Finger on the pulse here.
Are you buying Smash Ultimate because of Simon?
No, I'm not. I said that last time. It's still true. I'm not going to buy the game because fucking 2% of the game is Castlevania. Actually, there's a lot of Castlevania in that game. Man, remember?
2%'s a pretty big percent considering how huge ass that game is. Like, it's crazy
is.
how much content they stuffed in there.
You saw the fucking random enemies that are in there and fucking, like the 30-ass music tracks or some shit? That's a lot of
over 28 hours of
Castlevania.
music in that game.
Listen. Fucking hot off the press news. It's sick. It was sick 2 months ago. It's sick now. Django's vanquished the horrible night. Not yet. Not yet. Man, I want to, though. God, I'm itching for some fucking Castlevania.
Oh, you're gonna be itching for a while, bro.
Thanks, man.
Yeah, that's what I'm here for. Hey, I'm not buying Smash either. I think the game looks fantastic, but I will not buy a Switch. I mean,
listen, if there was,
I can't say I'm gonna read. Yeah.
No, I was just like, if there was more than one game that I was like really itching for, maybe. But I'm not buying a Switch and Smash just to like walk from left to right a little bit as Simon or Richter. Richter's tight though.
Yeah, I have actually. I can't say I'm revisiting these reasons. I've never really gone in depth on why I don't play Smash anymore. But one reason that I have addressed is because I just don't want to buy a Switch. That has a lot to do with it. There's other stuff too, but more importantly, like there's Soul Calibur on the horizon, and that's kind of my everything right now. That's what I'm putting all my stock into.
Did you guys see that high road he just took there? Damn, that was respectable, dude.
Yeah, I just I'm worried about Soul Calibur 2. Like, it's not like Mega Man 11 where you're buying everyone's dog Mega Man 11 for Christmas to support the franchise. I can't do that with Soul Calibur. It's too expensive. So I'm going to probably buy one for Xbox and one for PlayStation.
I mean,
just so I can play all
man.
my friends.
Mega Man would be a great gift. Come on, man. It would be good. It would be solid.
I'm not going to play a game that looks like it's fucking 20 years old and it's harder than Bloodborne. No way. I'm good, man.
Have you played it? Did you play the demo?
No.
I played it earlier today. And it was hard.
I bet. I mean, I mean, 20 years more and more and beyond, and it's still hard. It's not going to stop being hard.
But
ever.
In their defense, they did put on a diaper mode, so you can play that if you want. I think if you go in a whole fucking Dr. Wiry like comes up and like gets you and puts you back on a platform or some shit. I don't know, something like that happens.
I can't play diaper modes. My parents didn't raise me that way. I have to play medium or beyond. I can't play with cushioned walls.
I agree, because that's not winning. If you win without winning, you're not really winning anything. That's kind of how. Never mind. The new gear things though are really game changer. They do make it feel not like just another Mega Man game. It's fun. It's a really cool flavor for those games. I was not expecting them to be as fun and interesting to the Mega Man meta, the Meta Man, if you will. It was good.
There's too much, man. Like, even if it is good, I mean, I've never been super big on the classic Mega Mans anyway. I do like 3 a lot, but that's really about where it stops. There's just too much. I mean, that's what's so horrible about Soul Calibur is they're releasing the game like a week before Red Dead Redemption 2.
What are you saying?
To me, that's like suicide. Why would you do that?
It's a bad idea. But maybe Red Dead's not that big in Japan. What a minute. Timmy, what do you say about 5? I don't know what you're talking about.
The chat's going too fast. I can't even keep up with it.
Sorry, listen. Okay, hold on. It's 5 was either great or it sucked. So, are you talking about Soul Calibur 5?
No, I doubt it. No one thinks 5 is good for Soul Calibur. Nobody.
Uh-oh. You got trouble in Stone Cold. What are you guys talking about? You guys are kind of fucking confusing the shit out of me, man. Red Dead. Cover your eyes and imagine like little Japanese families sitting down getting hyped to play Red Dead. Like, I can't see that happening, right?
Yeah, but that's because they're all fucking playing mobile games. Like, that doesn't mean they're gonna play Soul Calibur. Like, I don't know. It's hard to market gaming in Japan these days. It's just and I mean, if Street Fighter can't stay afloat in Japan, it's gonna be a struggle for Soul Calibur. Hopefully not. I always hope I'm wrong about these things. Just like I was hoping Huang and Lizard Man were gonna make the cut, even though there was a mountain of evidence saying those guys weren't in the roster. There's only like 21 characters in Soul Calibur.
Lizard Man.
6.
I never
final roster.
I never saw that guy in a Mega Man game. What Mega Man game was that?
Oh no, we're talking about Soul Calibur now.
Oh, Jesus
Aeon,
Christ.
our buddy.
Guys, fine. Lizard Man would be sick though. Lizard Man would be sick.
Well, I mean, you got Snake Man. He's kind of cool.
You did. You had that guy in the Mega Man X, the Chameleon Duder. He was cool too.
Oh yeah, he was alright. He was cool.
He's a bitch.
Yeah.
What was I gonna say? Oh, fucking Red Dead is so big. How big is it? It's really, really fucking big. And each little bit that's come out about that game makes it seem even bigger. Like, I don't fucking... This might be the last video game I ever play because I'm gonna die before I fucking, get done with it. It's gonna be fucking huge. It's Red Dead. It's not a game. It's HBO. It's Red Dead. That's kind of how it feels.
Yeah, I'm sure it's great. There's two reasons why I'm not buying it. One is there's just no time. Because after I play Soul Calibur 6, the goal at least is to keep playing Tekken 7. Because I've come so far in that game. And I'll get to Lei Wulong in a little while. Speaking of Snake Man, but reason number two is I never played the first one. So if I play the first one to prepare for Red Dead 2 and I play Red Dead 2, we're talking like 200 hours of gameplay at least. No, I can't do that. I literally can't do that.
You're right. Time is the problem, and it's a fucking problem, man. Why are you guys capitalizing words? Fucking, you guys aren't Razer. There's Red Dead will eat time, will eat your life with like fucking arms wide open or whatever. It's and there's just not that much fucking time. That's how I feel about fighting games right now. I was like, oh, cool. Tekken sounds cool. Maybe I'll pick that when it comes up. And then they announce Soul Calibur. It's like, oh wait, I actually like Soul Calibur more than Tekken. I'm just gonna hang out for that shit. And now they've announced Samurai Showdown. And it's like, I like Samurai Showdown even more. I'm like, what's gonna fucking happen next? It's gonna be Mortal Kombat. That's what it's gonna be. I like Mortal Kombat more. I gotta fucking play this game. Because I don't have time to, like, even remotely get anywhere near good. I got time to get just competent enough to, like, feel like I know what I'm doing, go online and get wrecked. That's how much time that I have to do that shit.
The only way I can possibly play a Samurai Showdown is if I lose my job. That's the only way it could possibly happen.
That's all there's to do.
That's my promise to our listeners. If I lose my job, I will take $65 out of my Roth IRA and I will go buy Samurai Showdown when it comes out. But otherwise, there's absolutely no way I can play that.
Is there any indication when that happens? When that comes out?
I know it's next year. I don't know more than that.
God, DMC does suck. Whoa. Genre needs a paradigm shift. That's a big word for 1:57 a.m. I'm sorry. Fucking Chrome says interesting things, and I kind of go down a rabbit hole. What's new in the upcoming Soul Calibur that came with Stepping for Change? I don't know. That question was too hard for me.
I can answer that.
Except
do you want to do the whole
playing...
Soul Calibur thing now, or how do you want to do this?
I don't know, man.
You want to just peel that avocado while we're on it?
Dude, I just say welcome to the show and then you take over, man. I'm along for the ride. Whatever you want to whatever you want to do. In Japan, aren't they playing SNK Heroines right now? Is that game out yet?
Yeah, it's up.
See, there's no fucking room for anything in their market either. Fucking, you know everyone over there is hype about Lady Terry.
Yeah, the weird thing about that is I don't even think the audience that game was intended for likes that game. I think even they're like, this is awful, this is dumb. I think that's the impression I get. Like, I see the fighting game community through the lens of Event Hub's comments and TYM. So apparently no one's happy with that game. Even the, as I like to call them, the Pillow Underground, even those guys are like, this sucks.
Oh, God.
So, I don't know. Like, it's not for me because I don't even play KOF, much less like KOF Waifu Edition. I would like to play regular KOF. Like,
It took me way too long to pick up on the Below Underground thing. Man, I gotta wake up.
I am not judging. I am just saying that they are a group. They are an entity that does exist.
Warrior Shrine does not
casting it.
fetish shame anyone unless it's funny to do so.
I mean, I'll Swiss shame, but Swiss shaming
that's not even a thing. It's fine. That's expected.
Well, it came out for the Switch, the waifu game, so
Did it really? Damn.
It's kind of like a two-bird situation.
Yeah, it is. Match made in hell.
I mean, DOA 5 is going to be the hardest. I don't know how I'm going to play that game just with Soul Calibur and Tekken on my shoulders, and then MK11 presumably coming out next fall. That's my guess. I don't know when.
I don't want to fucking talk about MK11. This game doesn't even fucking... why does this have to be a Mortal Kombat YouTube channel? This game, there's nothing to talk about with the game. I want them to fucking give me something. Until there's something to give, it's like... There's so many fighting games... Just fuck off. Fuck out of here, Mortal Kombat, until there's something to talk about.
Well, they don't say that because that's what they did. That's exactly what they did. They fucked off and they never came back, and no one knows where they are now.
I think that they're fucking just... There's a little bit of the rumor that is going around with everybody. You've heard it. I don't need to repeat it. About something not being up to their whatever. But I also think they're aware of this current situation of the saturation of the genre. It's just fucking... there's not really much benefit if you look at it to releasing in the middle of fucking Soul Calibur, there's Samurai Showdown, Fighting X-Slayer, fucking whatever comes next, like fucking Negan and Tekken, like, just chill out. There's no need to fucking fight for it, because it is a fist fight for attention right now. It's not a genre that demands much attention anyway, because of the barrier of entry and all that. Like, I don't think the genre has that many supporters or people in it. I'm looking for a word I can't think of. You know what I'm talking about.
I do, and I have a theory about what's going on.
What's your theory?
If I had to guess, the reason why we haven't seen MK11 yet is because MK9 and 10 were grossly successful, and Warner Brothers gave them this crazy-ass budget. So what they're doing is, instead of making a traditional fighting game, which is going to be in the package, of course, I have a feeling they're going to have like this lit single-player mode that is just out of this world. And they're basically making a AAA game stacked on top of a traditional fighter. It's going to be like an upside-down pyramid. So I have a feeling
that could be fine.
That's what's going on. That's why we haven't seen it.
It's going to be fucking Arkham Combat. It's just going to be both. Just get them to mesh them together. Charge $120 for it. You can play as Superman in Mortal Kombat. It's going to be fine. Take out fucking Scarecrow. I don't know what they're doing over there, but... It is way more saturated right now in the genre than it was even when Mortal Kombat 11 came out. It's
10X, you mean?
Even yes, of course I meant that one because 11 doesn't exist. Yep. And then like Mortal Kombat 9 when that came out, that was fucking like what was it? MVCI and Street Fighter 5?
Mortal Kombat, which one came out?
Mortal Kombat 9 when that one came out.
No, that was still Street Fighter 4 was still
Street Fighter 4. That's
kind
what
of at its peak.
I'm having trouble with numbers. I don't know if you picked up on this.
No, understandably so. It's a lot of shit. The year after that, Street Fighter Cross Tekken came out, and that bombed hard. So
that was between MK9 and Injustice. Cross Tekken was?
Yes, that came out in 2012. Street Fighter Cross Tekken.
Man.
And Soul Calibur 5 came out in 2012 as well. I think it was 2012. And that bombed miserably as well. So 2012 just wasn't a good year for fighting games. Mortal Kombat kind of got all the money. Marvel 3, however, did come out in 2011, about 3 months before Mortal Kombat 9. Even though it didn't bomb, it did underperform. So
yeah, it did. I mean,
that's the thing.
I'm pretty sure it undersold MK versus DC Universe. Which isn't that surprising, actually. I mean, it's weird and sad that MVC3 wouldn't outperform that game, but what are you gonna do, man? It's weird.
Well, back then, everyone thought it was a free win over MK9 because it's got more. You have Spider-Man in a fighting game, of course, it's going to outsell MK9. I don't think even I did not expect MK9 to sell 5 million copies. I wasn't ready for that.
But no, MK versus DC made more than that game, and that game was a fucking shit show.
From what I understand, when the year it came out, I think MK vs. DC sold about 500,000. I could be wrong about that. Timmy is saying Vanilla did fine. It was MVC3 that was a flop. I was told Sven had an interview that said Ultimate actually had decent sales in the long run, but it had a weak start. That's what I've heard. So yeah, overall, like the competition, it was a different ecosystem back then.
It was. I forgot what the point was. Oh, well, just the
MK11. Yeah,
the comparison to
sell a lot of copies, a lot of money. It's kind of a crazy budget. That's why I think we haven't seen anything yet.
I mean, that's as good as any other theory that's floating around. I mean, who really fucking knows what's going on there? I mean, it exists. No one's really questioning that. I think if they are, they should stop it because it definitely exists. I don't know. Hopefully, whatever they're doing makes the game actually better. And there's not some kind of like fucking hold up with some weird problems, or Warner Brothers just Warner Brothering all over everything like they do. God, I fucking hate them.
Man, that's a depressing subject.
God, they're the worst. What they do to you?
Yeah. Oh, I mean, where do I start, man? Like, I don't even know where to begin. I sat through a lot of bad DC stuff in theaters. Anyway, Soul Calibur 6. Do you want to just knock out Soul Calibur 6?
Yes,
or how
absolutely.
Do you want to start?
Let's do Soul Calibur 6.
Yeah. Generally, the way this works, I'm kind of like Drew Carey from Whose Lines It Anyway. I just kind of read the card and crazy shit happens. So, we'll see what happens now.
Ooh.
God, a lot's happened, man. Well, first of all, Sun Mina was revealed, and that was a giant weight off my chest because the last Soul Calibur she was in was Soul Calibur 4, which I think came out 2008. And that game was not terribly competitive. It had a lot of balance issues in Darth Vader. So there wasn't, the tournament scene just hadn't matured. At least in my area. I'm sure in SoCal every fucking game has a tournament scene, but not in my region it didn't. And I hadn't even started the tournament thing yet, so I didn't really have a chance to play Sun Mina at a high level, at least at a tournament level yet. So I was really worried for this character. I like this character a lot.
This is the one that you were waiting on, right?
Indeed.
Okay.
And at EVO, they revealed Soul Calibur character, and I was like, please be Sun Mina. And it was Astaroth, and I was so down. And then Akubo was like, one more? And I was like, oh shit, please be Sun Mina. I didn't think it was going to be Sun Mina, but like, when it said Sun Mina on the screen, like, I was just, this giant weight was lifted off my shoulders. I think that character is really cool. And she's my favorite Soul Calibur character. At least now, like, my history with Soul Calibur is kind of jaggy when it comes to mains, but that's who I ultimately landed on. And it's such a relief, especially since a lot of really good characters didn't make it. I think the roster's rounding out to about 22 characters with Tira, I think. And that's why I'm worried about the game. The game's had a lot of bad press since then. EVO was like the last like Age of Innocence moment for Soul Calibur, and then all this bad press came out. Tira was announced as DLC, even though she's done, and like people are playing like against Tira, like a finished version of her in the gold version of the game. So
that's a bad look.
It looks really bad,
yeah.
But what makes me sad is, first of all, there is something to be angry about with Soul Calibur, but this, I get it. I understand why people are so angry, but here's why I'm sympathetic, is because she wasn't supposed to be in the game, and Akubo basically had to, like, you know, get on his knees and say all these Japanese vows to get Namco to approve the budget for her. And they did it. Because he knew she had all these fans, right? I'm not huge on the character, but I think she looks cool. But I'm not going to play as her, probably at least not for the first 6 months. And they did it. And he fought, and he won, and he got everyone their character. And now he's getting blown up for it. And that kind of makes me sad. I hate to see someone fight for the fan base, and then the fan base just shits all over him. So that's kind of messed up. I will say there are some things to be mad about. One thing is they teased Lizardman hard. Like, they had a silhouette for him in the story trailer next to 4 other characters who are now confirmed in the game. And it looks like he didn't make it. It looks like he's basically a custom-made character. That means, A, he has no unique super. B, that means he probably doesn't have unique reversal edge options. And worst of all, it means you can't play him in tournament. We'll never see him on stream. That's messed up.
Man,
to tease a character,
that's not going to put a smile on anyone's face. That's an interesting decision on their part.
I can't believe they did that. That is so messed up. And another thing people should be mad about is that it's starting to look like Huang didn't make the roster either. And what's screwed up about that is there was no male Korean character in Soul Calibur 5 too. That means it's been over 10 years since we've had that fighting style in a viable Soul Calibur game. And that is just so messed up to me that they would leave him out again. Did you wait 2 years or did you wait 10 years? Tough shit. He's not in this one either. And if they make him DLC, that's kind of a strange move in my opinion. And even though I don't give two shits about Cassandra, it's really weird that a character that scored that well in the fan poll did not make the cut. Every character that matters in Soul Calibur 2 should have been back in my opinion. But God, less than 23 characters on a 2018 fighting game, that's a bad look in my opinion, but I still think the game looks really good. I still think it's an A- roster through and through. I mean, those are 22 really good choices in my opinion. I just really don't want this game to fail. And we have a lot of people in our Discord who are buying the game, and so the first 2 weeks are going to be lit. I'm so glad we have people in the chat who are going to buy this game, but my worry is that 2 weeks are going to go by and like half of them are going to drop off. That's what scares the shit out. Yes, Chrome, it does come out on PC, so definitely grab it if you see it.
Ooh, so
yeah, I'm just worried that we're going to lose like half our players just because of Red Dead. No, I don't think there's crossplay, not that I know of.
God damn it. When are they going to learn?
So, I don't know if they... Sony's really bad about that stuff anyway.
Yeah,
it's hard to get that ball rolling, but I'm just worried about the game, but it does look really good, and I'm so glad I got my character, and yeah, we'll see. I mean, are you buying the game?
Dude, when does it come out again? What is it, next month?
October 19th.
Yeah, next month. Like, it's a pickle. It's a conundrum because it's like a week before Red Dead 2. That's man, I'm just gonna be like I said, barely getting on my feet in the game after a week. Like, that's the kind of work it takes. And Red Dead 1 was like my favorite game of last gen, and Red Dead 2 just looks like a fucking black hole of time, in a good way. So
yeah,
I don't fucking know what to do. And October might be a really, really big month for me with work shit. So there's just a fucking shit ton of balls in the air, and I gotta fucking see which ones hit me in the face.
I mean, fair enough. Like, I don't know. The Tekken 7 story was basically me and Down4 just playing sets for 8 months. That was kind of like my Tekken 7 journey. And even though, like, I'm so glad I can finally play Tekken at a competent level, I hope Soul Calibur doesn't unfold that same way, where it's just me and one or two other people playing the game for 8 months. And yeah, I would hate to see the game turn out that way, because if the game doesn't do well, it's probably not going to get support, and there's probably going to be a lot of balance issues. That's the problem with Soul Calibur, is it's a much easier game than Tekken, but the gimmicks are a lot more dangerous. There's a lot more tools that are just crazy out of this world in Soul Calibur. So I feel like it's a more dangerous game in that respect. So yeah, I just I don't know if people are going to fall off after so much time, and that's so much time being like 2 weeks. So I don't know. That's my call to the Discord, is please stick with this game. If you're not feeling it, or, you know, I get it. I can't tell you to like a game if you don't like it. That's absolutely fair. But if you're struggling or you're not getting it, just like message me for sets, you know? I'll try to help you out if I can. I may not be much better than you. That's the thing. We're all kind of starting at the same level. You know, it would be kind of hard to jump into our Tekken 7 sets now, just because...
Oh my god.
We have 8 months of training under our... Yeah, we're all like fucking like...
Jesus Christ.
Purple belts at the time. Not literal purple belts, because that would be like Lord rank. But
speaking of balls on my face, that sounds like a nightmare.
Yeah, we're all at least red belts at this point in that game, so... Don't compare
just
that
wait.
to like...
Negan's gonna come out, and everybody's gonna get hype and flood the game. It's gonna be sick. Everyone loves Negan.
Man. Well, let's start positive. Since we last recorded, not only was Lei and Anna announced, and Negan, but they've also been released. And Lei Wulong, I always said, was my favorite character that had a chance of being in a Tekken game. My actual favorite character is Angel, but
Negan's out?
showing up with nothing. Negan's not out.
Oh.
But Lei Wulong and Anna Williams are out.
I was about to get
I
pissed.
played both of those characters. And Anna was actually pretty easy because, oh yeah, it's fantastic. I had a feeling Anna was going to be DLC, so a few months ago, I started learning that character in Tekken Tag 2. And lo and behold, they announced Anna. So once I downloaded the character for Tekken 7, like everything I knew, that's the great part about Tekken. If you learn a character, you can play him for 10 years without having to learn much else. It's all your skills translate over. It's a fantastic legacy experience. But I wanted to main Lei Wulong. Not that Lars is not the greatest character ever with the greatest hair ever, but I'm kind of Lars'd out. Like, I actually like Lei Wulong a lot better as a character, and I was scared. I didn't know if I can main this character. He has like 12 stances.
He looks cool, man.
He does, and what makes Lei Wulong so interesting is, like, he's not like Eddie Gordo, who is this crazy capo player, and like, if you don't play that dance style, like, there's nothing else left. There's no other character there. Lei Wulong is not like that. He's a very strong fundamentals character, but if you want, you can do the crazy stance stuff as well. It's there if you want to use it, but you can kind of tailor what stuff you want to use and what stuff you don't. So you don't have to... It's not this crazy mind exercise in labbing a character. You can play a fundamentals Lei Wulong, and there's a very strong basic Tekken character there if you don't learn the crazy stance stuff. But if you do, it's not terribly challenging. It's just a lot. He just has a big briefcase of bullshit. You got to decide which stuff you want to use and which stuff you don't. I'm gravitating a lot towards Snake. I think Snake style is really interesting. It creates a very interesting mind game, because once he's in Snake stance and you're at mid-range, you can, if you feel like the player is about to go in, you can backdash and just start mashing one, and you'll just propel forward and start stabbing them in the eye over and over. That's the greatest.
That sounds pretty sick.
I love it so much.
That sounds kind of fun.
Lei Wulong is so sick. He is so badass. I am surprised that the character's working, because I didn't know if I'd be able to make this work. But now that I understand what the character is, and that I can play fundamental Tekken without, like turning into a monkey every 3 seconds, like that makes it's such a relief for me, because I like this character so much, and I was really bummed he didn't make it into the first place. I mean, that's like leaving out like Scorpion from okay, that's kind of an extreme, but he's an important character. He's a huge legacy character, so it was weird that it took this long.
He looks like a stoner.
And it's great too.
A stoner.
I mean, he's drunk as hell. Like, so many Eris jokes there, but yeah, Lei Wulong is really tight. I'm glad I'm making it work. I've had relative success with him. I've been playing ranked with him, and I've won about 65% of my battles with Lei Wulong. Right now, I'm blue rank. On my way to green. So I'm trying hard. I don't know how far I'll be able to take him. My goal is yellow ranks. That's my goal, but we'll just see. With Soul Calibur, I'll try to bounce the 2 worlds, but I don't really want to give up on Tekken until I've been able to stay consistently in yellow ranks. And that's the great part about Tekken. If you ask someone how good they are at Tekken, you just tell them what color you're at in rank, and you know it kind of exactly where they stand skill-wise. You can't do that with Injustice. You can't be like, oh, I've won like 600 battles. I've rage quitted 43 times. Like, okay, I guess I know how good that guy is. No, it doesn't work like that. In Tekken, if you ask someone how good they are, they just give you a color, and you kind of know where they stand. I love that about Tekken's ranking system.
Man, there's
right now I am a blue going on green character.
NRS games.
Oh yeah, there's no ranking.
It's retarded.
None. That's why I kind of wanted you to go into Tekken, dude, is because the rank experience was so good. Because the rank experience is so helpful. I wanted to find out what fucking color you were, dude.
Dude, I'm fucking the bright one.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, they're probably not. It's fucking too scary. I've already been over this, but man, if I did, Lei looks like a lot of fun. He's probably not a good character to jump into if you're just jumping in. But man,
depends. I mean, if you know someone who knows the character that you can kind of hold your hand through all the bullshit, then I don't think he's too hard. I do not think he's just a lot of options. But I mean, you whiff punish with forward 3. You have 2 safe launcher options, so you have 2 decent panic moves. You can kind of pressure and play footsies with his forward neutral 1-2-1. Like, And yeah, you have a Tekken character right there, just with the stuff I mentioned. After that, you can pressure with 1 or down forward 1, then or down forward 1, 2. Or if you want to commit, you can go down forward 1, 2, 2. And that will give you a 3-hit string. That's somewhat... So that's another thing I love about Lei. It's not really even that unsafe. A lot of stuff is unsafe, but it's like negative 13. So 12-frame punishes don't do that much damage in this game unless you're playing a character who specializes at 12-frame punishes. So I think it's fairly reasonable. If you want to go Dragunov, I mean, there's a lot of good training material for Dragunov. There's so much tournament footage to kind of guide you through that character.
Yeah, there is.
It's a shame he just got his balls cut off, but now wouldn't be the best time to learn.
What? He got fucked in season 2?
I don't know if he got fucked. I think he's fine, but a lot of the JDCR dropped Dragunov, so you know he's definitely not as good. One of the best Tekken players in the world is no longer playing Dragunov. He went over to Heihachi, and Heihachi's swole as hell.
Oh. Well, you know, God, what's with so many fucking video games? Spider-Man 2 just came out. I wasn't planning to play Spider-Man, but then it had to go and be pretty good. I wish there was more time. I'm coming back. This is my chorus. This is both of our choruses tonight.
I have a question about that, actually. So, if you like Spider-Man, and you had to... How many hours of gameplay is Spider-Man worth? How many hours of gameplay did you get for your $65?
Oh my god. Are you wanting me to, like, turn it on and look? Like...
No, you don't have to do that, but...
I don't know. I
don't know.
More than I expected to. And especially because it's fun to fucking, you know, Spider-Man around the city and shit. Like... It's fucking you know, it has that thing that Spider-Man 2 had back on the PS2 where it's like a good unwinding exercise. It's just a fucking fun game. And the fucking story had to be good too. It's like, stop it, greedy assholes. And those DLC coming. Probably have to fucking play it.
I'm surprised, man. I did not think the game was going to be good. Or at least I thought the game was going to be, like, disappointing. I thought it was going to be very, like, cinematic, you know, quick time events.
I mean, it's got that shit, too. It definitely does.
Yeah, I thought it was going to be one of those games that look good, but then you start pressing buttons, you realize they play themselves, and you're not really controlling anything. That's what I thought the game was.
Definitely not the thing.
That's good.
I'm glad that they did that. I didn't expect this game to have that, and if it was going to, I kind of thought that would be on, like, Disney and, like, some kind of, like, corporate pressure to make the game more homogenized and casual friendly, because the devs did Sunset Overdrive, which was cool. And they make games that feel good. So they were a really good pick, and their shit definitely comes through in this game. You can feel it. It feels good. It's fun to move around. And it's really fun just to fucking be there in the beginning of it, and you see Spider-Man doing Spider-Man shit, and it's like, man, it'd be really cool if I could play this, and then boom, you're playing it. It's like, oh, thanks. Most video games wouldn't let me do that.
That's cool, and that's a relief.
That's probably the best way I can sum up that game a lot. It doesn't just show you really cool shit. You get to do most of it, which is pretty cool.
I'm glad it found that nice middle ground, which I feel like is dying. I feel like that middle ground between Arkham Knight and, like, Spider Souls, like, I'm glad it found that middle ground in the center where it's just a fun open world Spider-Man game, and you don't have to fight, like, Bloodborne werewolves. But at the same time, it's not like Arkham Knight where you press square enough and the game just wins.
Spider-Man is such a better Arkham game than Arkham Knight. It's stupid. God, Arkham Knight was fucking... I don't want to talk about tanks. There's no spider tanks in this game. It's fucking great.
By the way, sir, I apologize for doing this, but hold that thought. I may be back in like a minute and 35 seconds.
Are you gonna die?
Keep talking,
okay,
though.
all right.
Keep Spider-Man.
Okay.
Keep Spider-Man away.
I'll try. Boy, that was ominous. Did you guys fucking hear that shit? I may be back in like a minute. Well, you know, if he doesn't come back, let me tell you more about Lei Wulong. He's a stance character, has cool khaki pants. He's got a fucking flag jacket on. It's pretty sick. No, fucking Spider-Man was sick. Spider-Man was great. I kind of wish that I could sneak this shit on right now, but I'm not going to. The people that say that Spider-Man 2 on the PS2 is better than the new Spider-Man, boy, I didn't think there was those kind of people out there. But man, I should have been surprised. There's retarded hipsters everywhere. Every single fucking corner of the universe, you've got retarded hipsters that are just gonna retarded hip all over everything. It's cool. See, I told you, there's some living in the chat right now. They're great. Spider-Man.
Back. Sorry about that.
No, it's fine. Spider-Man PS4, way better than Spider-Man 2. Fuck off. Like, listen, I liked that game too, okay? But fuck off. The Spider-Man PS4 is definitely better.
Well, I guess just to wrap up on Soul Calibur 6,
Yeah.
the DLC controversy is super unfortunate, especially since there's only 3 characters left to reveal. And how they're selling it too is kind of fucked up, but I won't go too deep into that. I get why people are angry. I feel like they're angry about the wrong things. I feel bad for Akubo, who put his heart in this game and fought for the fans and is now getting shit all over. I feel bad about that. Super relieved Sunmina made it in the game because I love that character, and there was a lot of sort of underground speak saying she didn't make it, and that's. I had this whole plane analogy in the last episode that didn't make the cut, but I'll go into that maybe one other day. But I was super worried, and like, God, man, I fell into like this deep depression worried about this fucking character. It was such a relief when Evo hit and she was revealed.
I'm glad she was there for you, dude.
I hold all my favorite characters very close to my heart, especially if I play them in turn. So that was a super big.
And a lot of them have
one day
really
I'll tell you
big
why.
boobs. I think I'm catching on to a pattern here. I see your strat.
Lei Wulong does not have big
Lei
boobs,
Wulong, and then Tifa or Tira or whatever that was. And then fucking Lee May. I get it. I see.
I have not made Lee May in like 15 years,
Well,
dude.
you didn't have an option to Lee May in 15 years.
No, I played Smoke and MK9. It's actually about half and half.
Ooh.
But hey, Injustice we played Blue Beetle and Lantern, so
Oh, God.
yeah, it's about half and half.
It's fine. Listen, I've got my fucking character weird quirks and shit. Like, I can only play ninjas. I don't know if it's fucking wrong with me, but I don't
Did you
regret
play
it.
Taki in Soul Calibur 6?
I
She's a
don't want to play
ninja.
Taki. I might if I played it.
Why don't
She
you
looks-
want to play Taki, Django?
she looks kind of cool, but she's also Taki, which just means that she's the butt of a lot of jokes.
Yeah.
Like, just legacy of fighting games in general. No, it's good. It's fine. I feel bad that Soul Calibur and that thing is happening to that one guy you said, because that sounds like it's not his fault.
Yeah, well, he's been super good to the fans, too. He's done a lot of interviews with fighting game players. Kayane is one of them. He's let a lot of people play the game.
Damn, Kanye.
He jumped on Twitch to not really commentate, but to sort of go over the game mechanics for a Soul Calibur tournament. I thought that was really cool. He didn't have to do that. And like the Markman asked him, so what do you think about everyone hating the Tira DLC? And he had to answer that shit.
What a dickbag.
He did. Well, I mean, I'm sure Markman like has drinks with him after work.
What a
I mean, those
bitch.
guys
Still.
probably are like 2 desks away from
Listen,
each other.
it's fine.
But
Assholes can be good friends, but somebody should have knocked his fucking hat off.
I don't know how
got
many
backups.
oceans Markman and Kubo are from each other during the normal work hours, but I'm sure they have a good rapport. So, God bless Markman. He's done a lot of good for the game too. Everyone says this game's good. That's another thing I want to kind of highlight. Eris loves the game, and Eris was not a big fan of Soul Calibur 5. So that's a positive indication. Everyone seems to think this game's amazing. So I'll be very sad and deeply depressed if it's broken and it doesn't get fixed because no one bought it.
And
that would just be
that's,
a really bad day.
I like. There's not much more you can ask for with the beta coming up, the free play weekend, whatever it is, the demo.
That's true. So if anyone wants to play it, I won't be playing it Friday, but I will be playing it Saturday night pretty in depth. So if anyone wants to jump on and try to grab a match in rank, I'll probably be down if it's even possible.
That's the thing.
We'll have to run into each other randomly, but it worked in MKX. I did get to play other people in MKX for the beta, just because eventually you just search until you find the guy.
Didn't we both do Injustice 2 as well? The beta?
We did. No, you and I did not.
We didn't?
You and Cyborg found each other on
Link bit his
Xbox.
ass.
Oh, that was historically amazing. Fond memories of that.
God,
and
I
then
hope
me
I
and
can do that
Cyborg
again
found each
someday.
other. You should have the beta rematcher and reinstall.
Oh,
the
dude,
beta.
no, it's so good. If MK11 has a fucking beta, I'm just gonna fucking sit there and like refresh. If I go to rage quit so many times just to get back into ranked search to find him, beat him once, out, I'm done. Man, it's gonna be great. Man, you made me excited about Mortal Kombat 11 again. I'm getting hype.
hopefully Supergirl's in Mortal Kombat 11's beta. Then that'll be a lot of fun.
I don't fucking care who he picks. He can pick fucking Cyborg Girl. I'm gonna fucking rage quit the shit out of that. It's gonna be fun. What was I fucking gonna say? Oh, it's not awesome. Like, you can't really complain. I don't love having to like learn the game in ranked like you have to do in the beta, but I understand, like, it's way better than not having the beta at all. Way better. So, you know, it's cool. It's not amazing, but it's cool. I'm glad they're doing it.
It's something.
It's also just something to, like, kind of show how the devs feel about the game beforehand, which is always really fucking telling. Which is why I really like the Mega Man 11 demo that's out there. I think they're super confident in the game, and they should be. It's super solid. I didn't think it was going to be that solid.
Well, I think it's telling in both senses, though, because it's telling that, you know, they have faith in the product, but it doesn't necessarily mean they have faith in the netcode. Quite the opposite, because both Dragon Ball FighterZ and Street Fighter V both had netcode betas. And both of those games have bad netcode, at least not up to standard netcode.
You're right.
They have 2012 netcode. So the beta actually scares me more than anything.
But imagine what it would have been without the beta.
I don't know. It's a good.
I have to assume it would be worse.
It's probably different every game. I think the reason why Street Fighter V's netcode is awful is because there were 2 dudes in Indonesia who were working on it, who probably designed it from the ground up.
That's exactly what it was, dude. There's no question.
Maybe. I just think...
Confirmed.
My theory with DBZ Fighters is that they had this dumb lobby system. They could just never really get it to work, so no one could connect properly. That's why I think the beta did no good for that game, so hopefully Soul Calibur's not going to fall into that trap. But we'll see, though. I get nervous when I see betas these days. The only time it ever worked out was for Realm.
Man. Yeah, I hope it helps. I hope it just helps, because that's a good opportunity if devs have the means and the desire to utilize it. It's a really good opportunity.
I mean, Killer Instinct had good netcode, but that game was a beta, so
Killer
that doesn't
Instinct
really count.
is good netcode. Like that's all the game is. There's not. That was like never a concern with that fucking video game. God, that game. Even when it came out, even when it was Double Helix, it was fucking just Jesus. Such good netcode. Stop trying to fucking pothole me in here in the chat talking about music. God. You guys have to see how good the music is.
They're beating you hard today. Like, they are fucking waving the carrot like none other.
It's fine.
This is the Steve name, so...
It's gonna be fine. I'm unflappable. I don't know if you guys know this. It's documented truth. You guys have to see how good the music is in the Soul Calibur beta. I don't know. Do you have any music memories of Soul Calibur?
I do, yeah. I think the music's actually very strong. You should check it out for 6. I can send you some links. I think it's really on par with what they did in the previous games, which was really good, so...
Okay, I have to check it out. This sounds... God damn it, there's too many fucking video games come out. That reminded me of Sekiro, which has some cool music.
Okay, dude, before we close out Soul Calibur, we gotta talk about the most fucked up leak of all time.
Ooh, I love leaks. What is it?
There was some Gamescom where they wanted to show off Soul Calibur, and they sent the wrong version of the game. They sent them what I believe was the complete version of the game instead of the dev kit version of the game.
Oh, shit.
And Raphael and Cervantes leaked. They just got trailers, and everyone had to fake surprise.
Oh, that's how that happened? So okay.
Yes, they gave them the wrong version of the game.
I saw that happened, like, and people, like, saw characters or something that wasn't that, but, like, a lot of people saw it. I didn't know what the setup was, the context. That's crazy. Man, you gotta be fucking careful, dude.
You can never be too careful in this day and age. I mean, thank God they got official trailers now, and for the most part, Cervantes especially looks good. Raphael looks okay. I think people are a little too hard on him. The glasses, at first, were a little whack. Okay, here's where I disagree. Everyone is saying that they should have just gone Masquerade mask with Raphael. No, fuck that. I'm so fucking tired of the Masquerade mask. Just give him glasses. It's not awesome. He looks like a Harry Potter character, but you know what? It's better than that tired-ass Masquerade mask.
Dude, what about people that wish they were playing Vega?
Oh, man, no one needs to play Vega right now. Not in 2018. Sorry, Randy.
Jesus
one day, someday.
Christ. Man, could you imagine if Mortal Kombat did that, but sent out the wrong build for the game, and people just fucking, no Fujin again! Like 8 months before the game came out. That'd be pretty sick.
Life would be good.
That would be pretty good. I would like that, actually. I would like it a lot, because I don't like fucking sitting there looking at those select screens that aren't filled in. Jesus. Storyline leaks? Dude, who gives a shit about storyline leaks? Good fucking God. Lee May, Teabags, Onaga, credits. Like, man, I'm waiting for that shit. It's gonna be great.
Yeah, fucking Quan Chi cuts off Akuma's head. No one in this side of the camp really
get hype! Moveless
is
leaks.
invested anymore, yeah.
The sickest shit. Just the moveless leaks with frame data and everything. And all you can do is read it. It's like, dude, this move seems really good. We won't know for 8 months. But damn, this character's gonna be OP. Man, that'd be
Quarter
sick.
circles? My God.
Oh, this character's trash. He's trash, unviable. Don't even think about bringing it in the tournament. Man, I never thought about this shit. That'd be crazy.
So I think, we could talk more about Evo. There was a Tekken patch, which in my opinion, all I'm going to really say is I think they overdid it. I would have been way more conservative, because I think Tekken 7 was already a relatively balanced game, and they just kind of went crazy. They buffed the shit out of Heihachi, out of Katarina, I think, got buffs, and I don't think that bitch needed buffs. I think so. I have to refer to the list. They broke Lars accidentally, so Lars was like the best character in Tekken history for about a week.
Oh, okay.
Until they fixed him. But he had like a fucking 70% punish that was like a 10-frame combo starter, which is unheard of in Tekken. Like, the fastest punisher is like 14 frames. They're usually very hard.
Whatever, dude. He needs it.
Windows. Well, he lost it. Like, Harada fucking dove into the code and swam through Ed Harris style. And just grabbed that shit and jetted. I couldn't believe it. It was like something out of Evangelion.
I feel bad with the whole Namco guys for all this shit, but I kind of like some of this shit. It sounds really entertaining.
Oh, also, we never got a chance to address this. People are mad that they're charging money for Lei Wulong and Anna Williams or any of the DLC characters, because supposedly no one has been able to show me the tweet, but apparently Harada said he will never charge for legacy characters. People who are mad about that just seem to spend 11 seconds meditating on the issue. First off, Harada is not Namco. Harada's Twitter is not the same as Namco making a press conference on their budget. He does not get to say what it costs money and what doesn't. He is a gaming director. He does not do any budgeting on that end.
People are never going to learn this lesson. Fucking Ed Boon is to blame for everything Mortal Kombat. He owns Mortal Kombat, obviously. No, that's not how this works. But people aren't going to fucking read a wiki. That's asking too much. It's never going to happen.
Yeah. And Akubo had to sacrifice his Pong collection on the fucking altar just to get anything going for Tira. What do you think Harada's got to do to get 6 free characters for a season pass 2? Was Harada dumb? Yes, Harada should have never said that. But blame Harada. Don't get mad at Namco for that. That doesn't make any sense. And it could have been a mistranslation. All the articles that mentioned those free legacy characters, all of them were bunk. None of them were high-level gaming journalist websites.
You're right,
Not
man.
that those are much better.
Ed doesn't even have to worry about translation. Boy,
no,
if you threw Ed Boon bullshit that he talks through translations, yikes.
And that covers, that's almost all. I could talk more about how happy I am about Soul Calibur and my characters making it in, but did you want to go to questions? Because I know we have a huge backlog.
Do we have a huge backlog? Is it actually huge?
It's a philosophical question. Do we have a huge backlog? It's
Ed Boon would do fine in the Japanese gaming corporate world. Don't underestimate Ed Boon's fucking corporate ninja-ness. Okay, that dude is he's good. He's good. He makes it look easy. He does. I don't know what we're doing.
Oh, Timmy's got our backs.
No, he doesn't. He's gonna fuck this shit up.
The problem is, Razor and Battlesticks, fucking Air Force One, the Warrior Shrine thread.
I forgot all about this shit. Yeah, we're talking about, what were they talking about?
They just Gary Oldman the fucking trial. I don't even know.
This sounds like more questions. I don't want to look. I don't want to scroll up. That sounds. Ooh. Oh yeah, and I said the thing. Welcome to Warrior Shrine, because all that was really relevant. Listen.
Okay, so
I really think that we need to cut this shit and like fresh start with the questions. We can do the ones that people posted tonight, but I don't know, man. The ones from up above, come on, man.
I think I'm sure you're right, because I think we ended on August 20th. So I think the one Timmy referenced is actually the first one since that episode that didn't make it. So what we may do now, guys, if we didn't get to your question, just re-ask it and like kind of put a tag at the end saying this question has been re-asked. Don't fuck this up, and then we'll get it on the next episode, because the backlog is just too crazy now. We'll get to it, guys, but I'm okay starting on August 21st for questions.
August 21st, he says. That's above the Razor Battlesticks thing. Oh my god.
Well, I mean, that can't be helped.
I gotta scroll above Razor?
That is an unfortunate coincidence, but yes, it can't be helped.
Oh man, that picture of fucking Paolo is sexy. Did you see that shit? Ooh. I hate scrolling up. August 20 what?
21st? It's the Carl question. The car to blah, 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 blah.
Is his name Carl? Do you know this?
It's Cartuthalo. Cartuthalo.
I don't want to say that.
Do you want to read the question, or you want me to read the question? Or I can't remember how we read questions.
I can't remember how we fucking do anything. Okay, listen. I'm scrolling up. Alright, we're gonna start with the fucking car question. But before we do, I'm gonna grab a thing and be right back. This is gonna take like just a couple seconds.
That's cool.
Alright, BRB.
We can absolutely do that.
Nobody leave. It's important. Okay, I might have it. Not yet. Now I might have it. I don't remember what we were talking about. Oh yeah, I do. We were talking about the Joaquin Phoenix Joker movie, right?
Oh man, I don't wanna.
You know,
I don't wanna.
That's not what we're talking about.
I can't.
Oh my bad.
People like it too. I don't know why it looks like shit, but we don't have to do that.
No, it's fine. It bums me out because it's like it's a lose-lose. I think if it looks
like Lucius Malfoy.
It looks like Lucius Malfoy. Man, yeah. Lucius was badass. What's that guy's name?
Lucius is cool. I just call him Lucius Malfoy.
No, the actor.
I don't know. Man, he's British. He's British man.
In the Harry Potter movie. Whoa. Man, what is that guy? He played Lucifer in Castlevania Lords of Shadow and other stuff.
I did not know that. That's crazy.
He did. That game had a stupid voice cast, dude. Had that guy. It had Patrick Stewart narrating the whole game to you, and fucking what's the main Robert Carlyle as the main Belmont dude? It's like. Well, I mean, if this was live action, this would look really sad. This is 3 old white British dudes, but boy, it was sick. And the fucking voice actors in that thing. That game was underrated gem. Actually, it was not awful. Lords of Shadow 2 was not good. Lords of Shadow 1 was very good. And if you disagree, I don't care. Joaquin Phoenix mood. Yeah, like I don't think it's gonna be awesome, but if it is awesome and it is really successful. It will just give Warner Brothers more reason to distance themselves from DCEU. It's kind of like a escape plan. It's like, you can already tell they're not loving the DCU idea because they are doing the whole DC Stories thing, whatever they want to call it. Don't drink, go sober, dude. And I feel like Joaquin Phoenix is the fire escape. Or Joaquin Phoenix Joker movie. The Joker movie is the fire escape to get out of there. Like, listen, we don't have to commit to anything. Fuck whatever other movies and connections. Like, we don't want to commit to that shit. And it makes me feel like they don't have much confidence in their movies, in their products with the DCEU stuff. So, I don't know. It feels bad, man. It feels like Warner Brothers is like checking out fucking Tinder on the side or some shit. Whatever. I don't know how that works. I'm old, but you know.
Yeah. I feel like I've lived this too many times. Like, in 7 years, we're going to be talking about how Jack Black is now playing the Joker, and everyone's like, oh, it looks good, or oh, it looks shitty, and I'm just tired of it, man.
That would be sick.
I'm so fucking tired of Jokers, dude. I don't fucking care anymore.
It is musical Jokers over there. It's true. I wish they could fucking... But, I mean, it's Warner Brothers. They don't care about the fucking, characters. They care about the properties. So, they don't give a fuck. They're like, oh, fucking, you guys watch Spider-Man and you already know his origin? Fuck it, we're gonna reboot it, show it to you again. Fucking Sony all over again.
Yeah, Spider-Man finally was able to kind of drag itself out of that fate. Where thankfully in 4 years we're not gonna have some 9-year-old asshole playing Spider-Man, and I'm glad we finally landed on something that worked. But I don't know.
You don't want to see
I just don't know, man.
Uncle Ben get shot again?
No, I don't want to see like fucking like Kirk Douglas play Uncle Ben and get shot. And tell like I don't know some Culkin brother that great business is a great responsibility or some shit.
Ooh, that's a good fucking. That's a hard lesson to learn though. I feel like the MCU's been pretty good about that though. They did that with the Hulk movie too. After the Spike Lee one, like listen, Edward Norton, not origin. We're not going to show you. You guys know what happened. He got fucking hit with a microwave and he's green now. Let's make a movie. I like that.
Yeah, that movie wasn't bad either. I was okay with that movie.
Yeah, I mean, it was fine. It wasn't the best ones, but I didn't want to watch another Hulk origin because we know what happens when you put people in the microwave.
Kind of weird they ditched Liv Tyler so quickly. Like, I don't know. That's a subject for another day, perhaps.
They also ditched the other guy pretty quickly.
Edward Norton.
I mean, if they hadn't ditched Edward Norton, I think Liv Tyler would have already been back.
That's exactly why I don't give two shits about Joaquin Phoenix as the Joker. That dude is super unstable. They need to stop casting method actors as the damn Joker. It doesn't work. It so clearly does not work. So, like, Edward Norton, Leto, like, they're all crazy assholes. You can't control those dudes. And the success of a cinematic universe relies on you being able to completely manipulate and enslave your cast. Like, that's how it works. That's the only way you can make any of this shit work. You don't cast Tom Cruise as the motherfucking mummy. That's not how the formula goes. I don't know, man. Like I said, I'm just tired, dude. Just tired.
I am, at this point, I'm much more interested in relationship superhero shit than I am just more. This movie's like the fucking Green Lantern movie. It's just all Green Lantern. This is a fucking Batman movie, and it's just Batman in a tiny universe. Like, I want to see more people do fucking weird Marvel shit with, Thor and Hulk is teamed up in this movie for whatever reason. And then it's just not a thing anymore. It's a one-off. Next time, other people can have relationships and whatnot. But I understand Warner Brothers. They don't want to be that committed to anything. They don't want to be that involved in anything. They don't want to have to, like, make those sorts of promises beforehand. So if they just make, like, solitary stories completely disconnected, like, they can just fucking leave in the morning. No numbers, whatever. It's fine.
Nah, it's all good. That's, I think we're all we all feel lighter. Get that all off our chest.
Boy, I know what will make us even feel more lighter. We're gonna talk about the fucking Devil May Cry fucking bullshit. The music. I read your fucking thing in the thing, and it was interesting.
Yeah, that's right.
Your analysis of why people, cried like babies, but it's important. This is topical, dude. It's important.
It's weird. It's just a weird track because it's like a '90s industrial riff covered with like deathcore / screamo vocal style, and it just I don't know what they were going for, but people are calling extreme metal, but extreme metal typically is not that slow. Usually, extreme metal is usually a little faster, and God, I don't even want to fucking get into the definition of metal and what qualifies as metal and what doesn't. That subject. Nothing like causes me more stress and anxiety than trying to define metal. My God, but I don't know. I think people are kind of overreacting, but I don't play any Devil May Cry. I just feel like it pains me to see non-metal heads talk about what metal is and isn't. That has always been a sore point.
I don't want to watch or hear metalheads talk about what metal is and isn't either.
It's like watching Call of Duty fans talk about Soul Reaver. It's just not the easiest thing for me to deal with.
There's a lot of subgenres of metal, and they all suck, and they're all great, and shut the fuck up. Because once you start fucking whining about it and trying to, like, subdivide shit, you're not being very metal right now, man. You're being kind of shitty. You're being a bitch. Like, shut up, dude, whatever. It's got fucking big fucking heavy guitars. You got sick drums. You got some fucking cool bass on the shut the fuck up. It's metal. If you Stop being a bitch.
I mean, I feel the exact opposite, but it's another one of those debates where I'm just tired.
I mean, I don't know. I don't like subgenres is mostly my thing, because then I get hit with new ones all the time, and it's like...
The thing is, if you take away subgenres... But if you remove those borders, what happens is you tell people go listen to metal, and they end up listening to Dream Theater, Morbid Angel, and Prince, and they're just super fucking confused.
Damn, that sounds sick, Prince, man.
You can't even talk about this shit until you start labeling things. Like, it's not even possible to converse. Here's a good thing about metal. As depressing as that topic is, at least you're among good company. Like, even though the argument is dumb and it never ends, at least you're surrounded by people. The problem with fighting games is when you love a fighting game and you get good at it and you invest yourself into it, guess how many people give a shit? None of my favorite people in this world give a fuck about fighting games. None of my family, my ex-girlfriend, my coworkers, none of them. It is so lonely being a decent fighting game player.
True,
it
man.
is such a difficult route. Thank God I have a Discord. Metal's not that way. Metal's actually.
Have you ever once in your life been like talking to someone and be like, "Hey, man, go listen to some metal"? Is that a thing people say? That seems like a weird thing to say.
I think it's happening more now. That has happened to me because I have a job that doesn't let me see people. But I know metal has kind of found a resurgence in like non-metal circles, like the pop guys and the rap guys are starting to embrace metal.
That's fine,
in a
but
weird
like,
way.
It seems like most people would be like, "Go check out this band," or "Go check out bands like this band." Like, not, "Hey, go check out some, stoner country. It's good." I like. I don't even that. Maybe other
That's
people.
Real too, by the way. That's basically Hank Williams Jr.
It is real.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't say that to someone because, well, that also just kind of opens the door to a big long conversation that I probably don't want to have. But, if I have some idea of some music I want someone to hear, I probably have some artist or something associated with it that would get the point across better than throwing a genre at someone. But that's kind of how my brain works. So if I say to someone, go listen to some metal, and they come back with, like, baby metal, I mean, that's...
Well, baby metal is
fine.
metal, in my opinion. They qualify.
Sure.
I think they actually kind of fit into, like, sort of the... They kind of have, like, aspects of, like, power metal and aspects of, like, metalcore. They actually qualify as a genuine metal band.
See, I was not...
As opposed to, like, Limp Bizkit.
Baby
They're
metal
not
was
metal.
not metal. But that's also a weird thing, like, sitting around discussing what is and isn't metal and, discriminating or whatever, like, no, it's not metal, this is metal, and... Okay, cool. I guess.
I mean,
genres
to me, it's like people who don't like genres are like people, like, it's like, hey, do you like soda, Kool-Aid, juice, or beer? And it's like, why do you have to worry about labels, bro? It's like, because you can't function without them. You can't even analyze this stuff until you start bringing labels into it. It's impossible to even talk about. If you put, like, Dragon Force in the same category as Rush, the conversation becomes tangled. I don't think it works. I like them because I love the analytics of the genre. Analytics is not the right word. Analysis of the genre. Analytics is like numbers and shit.
I wouldn't mind putting Dragon Force and Rush in the same category.
They're probably closer than I don't want to piss anyone off, so I'll shut the fuck up. Let's do some questions. Man.
Devil May Cry fans are bitches. Okay. Where is the shrine question? Scroll down past Sexy Paolo. Oh, right. We're going to start with Car.
Yeah, it's going to be
Car
Tuthalo for August 21st.
All right. Car. August 21st. You guys better fucking hold on to your butts. We're going to the fucking question thread. Car Tuthalo says, I'm never saying Car Tuthalo again. Car says, how would you feel about the gimmick for Mortal Kombat 11 being animal transformations? I have never read the sentence in my life. This is brand new to me. The gimmick in Mortal Kombat 11 being animal transformations, it would cost 3 bars of meter. You gain access to new special moves, fatalities, and you double the damage. I feel this would add an interesting dynamic to the game as a whole. Huh.
You want me to go first?
Yeah. I gotta take this in for a second.
I'm not super big on this. For one thing, I'm never a big fan of a mechanic that transforms her moveset. I think it's a lot easier for new players, and it's definitely better for tournament play when characters have a consistent moveset and big changes are relegated to like momentary EX moves or into stances, which can be mastered over time. I don't like the idea of using 3 bars to completely change the character, because what happens is a lot of times either A, you never see the mechanic, because if it's not viable, it's even if it is viable, 3 bars is really expensive. So I feel like it would be better as like a command throw, where if Nightwolf, gets a standard throw, they can turn into a wolf. Or maybe he gets a, like I said, a command throw, he turns into a wolf and fucks you up. Maybe like turn it into a normal, or like for Sub-Zero's uppercut, maybe he turns into a polar bear. I don't know. Stuff like that is cool. I think that works. I think just whenever you transform the move list, and even worse, when you transform your hitboxes, I think you add a layer of the game, which is either going to neglect it or it's going to overcomplicate the system. So I'm not a big fan of that in general. It would be interesting, but I feel like you'd have to base the whole game around that, which Bloody Roar kind of did. But even in Bloody Roar, you still kind of maintain the hitbox. I don't think that changed in Bloody Roar, at least not substantially. Like, you were still a dude on 2 legs, even when you turn into a bunny. So, I don't know. I mean, the idea of like let me say this: it might be cool if it's not viable, if it's really expensive, and it's actually very low tier, but you can only do certain fatalities, so it can kind of be treated as a taunt. So I think that would be cool, but and it'd be really hype in tournament. However, that's a lot of development time for just like a gimmick or a taunt. So I do think it's interesting. I don't think you're wrong about that, but I would not go that route.
I'm having difficulty figuring out if I should come at this question in terms of its aesthetic, or like the mechanics of it. I personally, this is just me, I don't want people turning into animals, especially like across the board. Like, I don't want everyone to have an animal, because more than half the cast is going to end up with a shitty, stupid animal. It's going to look bad. They can't even do that with the Power Rangers. Somebody always has a shitty ass fucking animal. And, more than that, I just don't feel like fucking animals are that cool. Like fucking, like Zootopia, I don't know. People are cool as themselves. They don't need to be an animal to be cool, man. A polar bear is not cooler than Sub-Zero. I don't give a fuck what you say. I don't care if they're the most vicious killers in the fucking bear kingdom. I don't give a fuck. Sub-Zero's cooler. No puns intended. And as far as the mechanics go, it could work. It could work, possibly, but it's one of those things that I feel would be more likely to, topple over in terms of balance. Hard. Like, not even, just here and there. Like, it would either be really broke or it'd be really fucking useless. And yeah, sure, taunts and whatnot.
Or it could be both. It could be broke and useless, which is the worst.
It could be broken and useless. Some characters could just be like, dude, if you go into butterfly mode with fucking, Boraicho, it's OP as hell. Like, and then, with other guys, Sub-Zero's polar bear is a slow-ass bitch. I don't want that. It would be cool to see
Boraicho turn into this fat-ass butterfly. I think that would be kind of hype, but I don't...
That'd be terrifying. Man, what... then you could light himself
Here's how
on fire.
I think of it.
Man, that's a bad rabbit hole I'm going down. What's up?
No, I just let's say you're Sub-Zero, right? Let's say in MK11 they bring back Sub-Zero's badass down 4. Okay, great. So you have this badass down 4. It's neck to neck in the life lead. Everyone's kind of even, and you're playing footsies. If you're in that situation, do you really want to spend 3 bars of meter to turn into an animal and lose your badass down 4? I mean, I just feel like it's like, okay, well, maybe you get to keep your badass down 4. It's like, okay, do I get to keep my badass down 2? Do I get to keep my damage? If you keep all the stuff you had before as an animal, first of all, that would be strange with the hitboxes. But second of all, I question what the point of the transformation is. So I think it's an interesting idea, but that's kind of how I feel. I don't like drastically changing the character mid-match, especially if it's expensive. I feel like the mechanic would go underused. Or it would make the meta very strange.
I feel like you're probably right. Erring on the side of caution as far as developers are concerned would probably mean it's not that useful. Just because that's, it's safer that way than making it really broke and unevenly broke at that. And I'd also, and again, I just don't want to fucking change into something. I don't want a devil trigger. I'm sorry, it's for bitches. I don't want a devil trigger. Fuck, dude. I want to just let me be myself and I'm badass, okay? Listen, I promise. People aren't cooler whenever their skin turns weird blue or dark and their hair goes white all of a sudden. It's just okay. It was kind of cool once or twice.
Trigger.
Listen, I wish that those two would have an Oni trigger. Like, they have cool looks in Japanese lore. Fucking do some of that shit, but they won't because, creativity is a expensive commodity over there.
Well, another thing is you're throwing dice too, because let's say, Django, you vote yes on this animal idea, and you buy MK11, and fucking Takeda turns into an anteater. And yeah, sure, you now Tenno's Devora, but other than that, the character's not shit.
I don't want this. I don't want that to happen. And that's what would happen. Fucking one of my characters would be a bitch. Like, fucking...
That would be cool if you buy Devora with, like, anteating powers, though. I think that would be sick if you just buy all her bugs. You don't give a fuck. That would be so
turns into hungry hippos. Just a match fest. Jesus Christ. Okay, listen, there would be some fun matchups, I'm sure. Okay, that would be fun, but a lot of the other times you're gonna be fucking Adam in the first Power Ranger movie. A frog. Like, yeah, dude, you're a frog. Get over it. And I don't want to be a frog. I don't want to be an anteater. I don't want to be an ostrich. I don't want to be a land shark. I don't want to be any of that shit.
No, I mostly agree. I kind of want to be an anteater, but that's about where it stops.
Did we answer that question adequately?
I think so, yeah.
Man, I feel like we answered that question.
It's not a bad
very
question.
it's not.
Yeah, it's just I don't want to go down that route. I think there's better paths to travel for MK11.
Yeah, I agree with that too. So thanks, Car, for that question. It was a long time coming. The answer was a long time coming, but we got there.
I appreciate it, Toothalo.
Fucking, we never forget. We're like elephants. We can all change into elephants. God, I don't want to play that video game. What's the next question? Which of these next question is... What's the next lore question? Which of these are canon? What do we answer?
Will we discover Paulo's vision? Well, Timmy,
wow.
I think we're actually getting there, because I think MKXL's patch was very promising. I liked where they were going. I don't think it worked. We never got stagger pressure back, but they tried. They did try to trim off frames. They did try to increase anti-air viability. It's just, I think that the game was too far gone. They couldn't really reel it back, but I think we're getting closer. Paulo is also a quiet dude, so he's not talking anytime soon. So that's kind of how I feel about it. But I think I really appreciate what he's done with MKXL, even if I don't like the game. I think he really tried to reel it back. Thoughts, Django? What do you got for us?
Django smells bad. Man, why do we even answer this guy's questions? Jesus Christ.
I think you smell fine.
I smell great, as far as anyone knows. Will we discover Paulo's vision? Yes, I answered this one already. It's a great answer. Once we get him on the show, he's gonna explain it to us. And that's the truth. Hey. Is someone in here amending these questions? I fucking saw the retcon. I saw that. You guys don't do that. Fucking editing shit. Yeah, once we get Paulo on the... They're doing it again. Once they get Paulo on the show... Once we get Paulo, not they, we. I don't want him on the fucking Nethercast. That would suck ass. Paulo and that boy.
I would feel bad for, like, Paulo having to, like...
Jesus.
Answer lore questions, especially like Razor and Shadowloo and Cyborg level of lore questions. Like that's
oh my god, and it's a PR like context sort of because he's representing NRS and
Warner Brothers. That's like a medieval Inquisition.
It's like fucking tell me about fucking reptiles lore, and we're like, sorry, I don't know what. We don't care. None of us care. No one cares at NRS, man. You guys care way more than we do. Shut the fuck up, nerd. He wouldn't say that. That'd be cool, though. Did we answer that question? Yes, when he's on the show.
I think we did. I think we're good. We're going to skip down a bit because a lot of it is just Paulo's vision lingering. So we're going to go down and see what the next question is. Man, I'm in September picture. Again, so... more Cartuthalo. Which do you think is more popular fighting game franchise? Dead or Alive or Soul Calibur? I am going to say Soul Calibur is more popular. Although I at least in its peak, at the peak of Soul Calibur, it was very popular. Right now, I don't know. I'm still leaning towards Soul Calibur. At least overall in Japan, maybe Dead or Alive just because of all the cat costumes. But I think Soul Calibur, at least at its peak, is way more popular than Dead or Alive.
Yep, I'd agree.
Awesome. Next question. Evan K.
What did he say?
Oh.
That's a quote.
Contempt confirmed if he'll be adding SNK heroines to his playlist alongside DOA for totally legitimate reasons.
Oh, I see. Okay, yeah, there it is.
I'm telling you, man, if they port it to Dreamcast, it's a day one. If they port it to the original Dreamcast, I will learn.
Nobody is gonna play SNK heroines. No one.
Yes.
Jesus.
Not any time in 1999. No.
Especially like, listen, I hate to take this question seriously. I really do. But
I don't. Go on.
Just look at all the fucking. If there was a dearth of fighting games that exist, a hard dearth, maybe SNK heroines would have some players. But in our current timeline universe, hell no. I don't even have time to play the fucking, actual fighting games that are out there. Fucking SNK heroines, get the fuck out of here, dude. I got fucking bigger fish to fry. Like Red Dead or some shit. Spider-Man. I'm gonna fucking be in Spider-Man and Evo. It's gonna be sick.
Oh shit! I just found the question that started the lore debate on our Shrine thread.
Oh, good.
Also from Cartuthalo. Who's more important to the Mortal Kombat franchise, Sonya or Kitana?
I remember this.
Yeah, just Kitana.
Yeah.
That's all I got to say about that. It's just Kitana.
Razor's a bitch. Look at this shit coming up in here, answering our questions like he knows some shit. Look, it's easily the character that means more to Mortal Kombat. It's not even remotely whatever. It's a Kitana.
Oh, we're getting robot voices. You sound good to me.
Oh shit. What?
How long have we been roboting, DJ Timmy? I think you sound good. You don't sound like a robot to me.
Can we get third-party confirmation?
I think DJ Timmy may have had I think his voice thing may have turned red, and he thought it was us, which I've made that mistake before. That's absolutely.
Sorry, DJ Timmy.
But no,
I guess
so far, I'd rather have a false alarm
Yeah.
than like a real alarm. So I will take that trade. Good
Certainly.
shit, Timmy. Thank you for keeping a lookout. I appreciate it,
Yes.
Mr. DJ G.
Thank you for letting us know that you got devil triggered by my voice. Not the spider chat. Man, that shit confuses me still. I know what it is now. What did we say? Oh, Kitana. Yeah, easy fucking answer.
Yes, it's definitely Kitana.
There's
Kitana's
no
blue. The
question.
answer's Kitana.
There's no questions. Man, Carr, I feel bad. We waited so long to answer some of these guys' questions. But, get over it. Where are we?
I think we're good for a while. I think we made it all. I think we made it through all the most recent questions.
Oh, good.
We're all the way up to today, I think, right?
Yes, you are correct. So, DJ Timmy asks, today at 1:40 a.m., Jenko Temp, he didn't want Smash. Is this a question?
Oh, this is a correction before we start recording. This is about the Nintendo cancer thing.
Okay, cool. We talked about that. He's not a DMC fan, and, no, fuck that. What are you doing? Fucking telling lies and shit. Trying to retcon reality. Will you... No, I will never love you. This is awkward to talk about in front of all these people. You should PM me this. Don't PM me. Oh, Tim, did you have an answer for that as well? I'm sorry.
I don't.
I'm sorry that I'm...
You're good. I think you...
That could have been directed at you as easily as it was me. My mistake.
Your answer was solid. Good shit.
Okay, cool. Thank you for the question, DJ Timmy.
For real, dude. Thank you, sir. We appreciate the input.
Randy Cool27 asks, what do you think about Skullomania in SNK Heroines rumor?
If this is what I think it is, I believe he's talking about the rumor that Skullomania is going to have a gender swap in SNK Heroines. I mean, it could be true. I mean, I think that would be an interesting exchange that they put Terry Bogard as a man in EX Slayer, and then they, as a trade, they put female Skullomania in SNK Heroines. I don't believe the rumor just because if they were going to do anything like that, take one of the 4 or 5 hot chicks in that EX Slayer and put them in SNK Heroines. Don't pick fucking Skullomania Which, even if you do a gender swap of Skullomania, he looks almost exactly the same, but has tits. It doesn't even make sense.
Yeah.
So yeah, I don't think it's true. And if it is true, let me put it this way: if it is true, I still don't give a shit. I don't care.
I mean, nobody cares. Let's get that out of the way up front. Because it's SNK heroines. No one gives a shit. And the reaction, the response, positive or negative, cannot be more so than it was for Terry with what they did to him. So, you know, that's kind of the thing. And especially with Skullomania, who is like completely covered head to toe, they would have to do something crazy. They have to do something like a Spider-Gwen type situation to make it really like matter and people would notice, because otherwise it's just another person in like a black leotard with fucking bones painted on it. Right?
I mean, if we're being really honest, like, the minute I found out Skullomania was barred from Street Fighter V is the day I stopped giving a shit about the character. So no, I honestly, even if it is true, I doubt it is. I don't think it's logical or financially sound. But even if it is true, I don't really care, unfortunately. I see why it is interesting, though, from an industry perspective. Just to see that exchange. I would like to see, I don't know. I'd like to see more fighting game guests in Mortal Kombat if we have to have guest characters. I'd like to see maybe, you know, Mortal Kombat get Akuma and maybe Street Fighter will get Sub-Zero. I think that would be tight.
That'd be cool.
Probably never going to happen, but yeah, I don't know.
Well, I mean, you know, one important thing to remember is that Warner Brothers loves money and Capcom needs money. So, you know, that might overpower history there where that's concerned. Because DLC characters sell really well, man. So do it. I would buy Akuma if he was in MK11. And so would you.
No, I don't know, man.
Yeah, you would.
I feel like I'm fucking done with NetherRealm DLC. I'm just going to pay $59.99 plus tax and be done with it, man.
Well, that's fine. I don't disagree with anybody buying DLC like as they come available, because season passes are for shitheads. Fuck, I'm not buying Silhouettes. Fuck you.
I mean, I will if I like the game. Like Soul Calibur, I bought like 5 season passes just because I'm such a supporter of the franchise. But here's the thing, MK11. Like, there's gonna be so many good fighting games when MK11 finally launches that I can't justify buying a season pass anymore unless I know I'm going to invest a year in the game, like I did with Tekken.
No,
I hope the game is good. I'm never rooting against MK11. But as I've said before, I don't even know if this was in the last episode, one before, NetherRealm kind of created the staircase of disappointment by not giving a reveal schedule. They didn't even have to say anything about the game, but what they did was they didn't announce anything at E3, so people were expecting something in July. They didn't announce anything in July, so people were expecting something in August. They didn't announce anything in August, and people were expecting... They just created this weird staircase of disappointment by not setting the proper development expectation. Like, that's all they had to do is say, expect something winter, or expect something Q2 of 2019. That's all they had to say, and they fucked that up. So now that they're, you know, that they're reaching out to 2019, presumably the competition is going to be ridiculous. They have to blow it out of the park. I mean, they have to have all the Fujins, or they're in, at least for the FGC, they're in deep shit. I don't care how many copies the game sells. You know what? I'm sure Injustice 2 sold a fuck ton of copies. Guess how that game's fucking doing in the competitive scene. So fuck it.
They don't care. They're just too busy spending their money. Man, and it was a lot of money. Whenever that happens, I don't know.
Fucking money in that shit. And God, like, I don't know. That's a depressing topic. I never wanted Injustice 2 to fall apart. I do think it's a decent game. It just wasn't good enough for me to focus my energies. I didn't want to see it die the way it died, though. That's a shame. I did not want to see it get 300 fucking entrants at EVO. That game is fucking gone. There's no coming back. SoCal Regionals was the last chance, and it was underwhelming.
And Sonic Fox is still fucking playing in a tournament, too. Man, what a...
He is. He's doing good.
He's performing well. What a bitch. You remember those fucking tweets? You know the tweets that I said the same thing last time. He's a bitch, dude. Don't fucking tell us you're thinking about leaving and then he's still there. Fuck that dude, man.
Actually, that's the biggest fuck you've always. Like, your game sucks, guys, and then he wins SoCal Regionals. Like, yeah, Timmy's right. Like, he just took the most recent regional after talking so much shit about the game. That is like...
He's a bitch.
It's a bad look. But I don't know. It is what it is. I'm done arguing about Injustice. But go on, yes.
No, I mean, I don't think there's anything to argue about. I feel like we're in hindsight territory now. It's all, it's all the way it is and the way it was. And the way
what drives me nuts is
that Sonic Fox is a bitch. What?
Well, I've been reading TYM recently, and I do appreciate all the support we get from TYM, especially all the stuff Evan does.
I love it.
But people are saying that Vanilla Aquaman and Vanilla Black Adam are not relevant talking points anymore. I so disagree with that. Because when the game needed to grow the most is when Vanilla Aquaman and Vanilla Black Adam were a thing, along with Vanilla Deadshot. That's when the game really needed its initial boost. And they fucked it up. I don't know how they didn't know those characters were ridiculous. I remember seeing Black Adam's damage on the demo stream before the game came out. And the whole chat was like, there's no way that damage is final. There's no way that's going to be his day one damage. And it was. I couldn't believe it. How did they not know that character? Like I said, I'm rooting for them. I really do care about NetherRealm. I think they're good people. And I think MK11 is probably going to be their best game if we're looking at their record. I think they're only going up. They're only getting better. But Injustice it's run its course. It's done. I'm tired of talking.
Why'd you bring it up? God damn it.
I don't know.
We were fucking having...
Why did I bring it up?
I don't know why you brought it up.
Season passes. That's why.
We were talking about Skullomania, dude. You couldn't get further away from NRS than Skullomania. Oh God, fucking Skullomania. Listen, SNK Heroines needs to dream a little bigger with their guest characters. That's my opinion. If they want people to play it, if they're satisfied with their current consumer base, well, keep doing you, man.
That game's especially weird because it's marketed as the official KOF waifu game. And they left out like all these popular female characters. It's like making like MK waifus, but you put in female Scorpion over Jade. It just doesn't even make sense to me. I don't know why they would have done that.
Man, that would make me laugh so much. I would really enjoy that. Because I'm a bitch.
Really hard to.
I'm an asshole, but that sounds sick. I would like that. Man.
I would enjoy the reaction. I would be popcorn ready for that. But yeah, okay, well, that's all I got, man. I don't think we have any more questions, guys, before we jet? Because we're going to be closing shop pretty soon here.
Yeah, you heard him. Hurry the fuck up. Wait, is that it?
We might be done. Hey,
we might be done. DJ said a bunch of tomorrow, honey. I don't follow you sometimes.
I don't have context anymore, so I don't know what I said at the time that was responded to.
I don't either. It's probably okay. Don't talk about Armageddon, please. God, I don't fucking like Armageddon.
Did we talk about Armageddon?
Fucking Chrome said something about Armageddon. They had this fucking flashback. I don't want to play Armageddon. Don't make me play it. I don't want to play it. It's bad. Yes, that looks like everything. I'm pretty sure Downforality is asleep right now. And DJ Timmy is watching Devil May Cry trailers.
Oh my god, man.
I don't know if that's worse than watching Devil May Cry trailers or not. That's pretty bad, though. Christ. Man, DJ, you should not be looking at that shit.
I think that's a good stopping point.
Man, that's awful. I can't even put that in the thumbnail if I wanted to. I can't. YouTube would get pissed.
Yeah, that's pretty close to borderline deleting material.
It's fucking, that is like that's side boob, and we know about side boob. They don't like
it. That's 78% of a nipple away from being deleted to me.
I can't fucking put it. So YouTube is never gonna know what we're talking about. People are just gonna get pissed and they're unsubscribed from the channel. Sorry, Nethercast guys. You guys are gonna have fewer viewers because of this episode and because of DJ Timmy.
Well, I'll say this much. I guess my closing thoughts are: buy Soul Calibur 6, please. I beg of you. Uh-huh. And if we didn't answer your question because the time we answered your question disappeared somewhere, re-ask it. We'll be happy. Just again, tag that shit as in, like, please answer my question this time. Hashtag fuck you. Just do something like that so we know that was a missed question and we'll get it on the next episode.
Maybe I'll just fucking do Thanos finger snap in the fucking channel over there and get rid of all those old questions and everything. I feel,
yeah, that's actually, I think the time is right for that.
I do too. We're off season. We're not fucking doing anything. There's nothing going on. Just do some spring cleaning in the end of summer here. It's going to be fucking great. Jesus, stop that. What are you guys doing? God damn it. That just looks like fucking MK3 Sub-Zero over there. Is that supposed to be Shang Tsung? Well, they were played by the same person, so that's probably why. And don't play Devil May Cry. It's gonna suck. Just play Sekiro. It's gonna be way better. And the guy still has a fake arm. So, best of both worlds, right?
Maybe? I don't know. That's a whole other world to me.
God,
I'm not familiar with that.
Dude. I am fucking...
I'm not
so hyped.
Caught up in the whole samurai thing going on right now.
It's not even... Fuck samurais, dude. It's about ninjas. Man, I went back and played some Tenchu after all this Sekiro shit. Sekiro's a lot like Tenchu, man. I'm excited. I love Tenchu.
I don't know. This whole,
I love Tenchu.
Dynasty Dark Souls thing that's going on right now, I'm so out of the loop.
I love Tenchu. It's so good.
Every time I try to think about any of that shit, just Resident Evil 2 Remake just rises in front of my imagination. And that blocks everything behind it. That's where I'm at right now, along with Soul Calibur, along with DOA 6. So.
And there's that twinge of disappointment that I get when I remember that there's gonna be an Onimusha re-release.
Oh yeah,
and it's not gonna be a remake, because that would be really cool. After seeing, RE1 and RE2 remakes, it's like, man, that would have been cool.
Well, you know what's gonna happen, dude? They're gonna remake it, and then when people ask for a new one, they're gonna say Darkstalkers didn't sell enough, and you won't see a new game for like 10 years.
Not helpful.
But it's true.
It's not helpful, especially with like how similar those games play. Onimusha to the first Resident Evils, that would have been really fucking sick. But I'm not gonna be a bitch. There is a shit ton of people out here that have never played an Onimusha game.
Yeah, I'm one of them.
See, and it's not that uncommon because there's nowhere to play the game. And there hasn't been for like over a decade. Like you just can't do it unless you're gonna like dig out some fucking system or some shit. So I'm glad that people will get to play Onimusha, the good one, the legit first one of the best games ever. It's on my top 5 list. I'm glad people are gonna get to play them. It's gonna be I'm not gonna be a bitch. It's good news.
I mean, I'm open-minded to it. It's just the time budget, of course, but
and everybody buy.
I wouldn't mind revisiting that. I just beat Resident Evil Remake like 2 weeks ago, and that was a blast.
Remake is cool. See,
yeah, I had a lot of fun. I'm really glad I revisited it.
I'm really. Everybody needs to buy Onimusha when it comes out. I need to look up more shit about that shit because they said it's getting a new soundtrack, and I wonder why. That seems like a weird thing to do. But yeah, I'm very interested. I'm also interested if they like had a way to dig out the old pre-rendered backgrounds and like reformat them to make them legit HD, or if it's just like some kind of weird stretched and filtering. I don't know. I got a lot of questions about that game, but I'm really curious to see how it turns out. It's gonna be sick. It's gonna be hype too. Analog controls, yeah, I forgot about that. Man, you can't have a fucking Tank Control remake game without analog options. That's fine.
You can't scare away the kids.
It's fine.
I mean, I'm a veteran of Tank Controls, and even I used analog when I played Remake, so I can't judge.
I will definitely try the analog in Onimusha. It's gonna be fucking weird though, with how like tight that game is as far as precision goes. Like, it's so weird to play a 3D game like that has like that 2D platformer type precision in it. I don't know. That's gonna be weird in Onimusha, but I'm looking forward to it. They've been doing not too bad with their remakes over at Capcom recently. I've got some faith in them, but I hope they do like push it a little harder than they have been once it's closer to release, because I want it to do well. That game is too good. Okay, I think that's it.
Yeah, this was a good run. Yeah, I think our runtime's pretty low, like an hour and 45 or something.
Yeah, no, it's lean. It's got one of those Spider-Man builds, and DMC5 looks like everything that's in the industry right now. Guys, really, man, last time, I just couldn't hear you for like a minute at a time. I don't think it was ever that long, but it was close to it. It was rough.
Well, I mean,
That did not happen this time, not once.
we may have spent like 45 minutes on Smashvania last time too. So,
and I'm sure people really wanted to get into all that because everyone's always really excited to talk about Castlevania, aren't they? No,
oh, that's fine. That's another cast signature. We talk about whatever we want.
No one
that's
fucking cares about Castlevania, man. Not even, especially not Capcom. I am going to be really, really looking for when that game comes out so I can download all of their, all the music that's in the game. I want to hear that shit.
Yeah, dude, that's a win-win for everyone. I did that with I got back into Donkey Kong Country music because of that trailer.
Ooh, dude, that's great music, dude.
So that was a lot of fun, yeah.
God, Donkey Kong has great fucking music. Man, that game is sick.
But yeah, listeners, check out Sticker Brush Symphony
DSP
and Donkey Kong Country.
Gaming, what are you saying? Chrome, DSP is a bad Let's Player. Oh,
Dark Side Phil! Oh no, this is a Dark Side Phil free zone. We don't talk about. I've been trying to get out of the habit of talking about other podcasters because I realize I do that a lot because I listen to other podcasts. I like, responding to their comments.
What?
Even though they'll probably never hear this shit, but I'm trying to get away from that. I mean, I like the idea of positive dialogue, but you always run the risk of misunderstanding someone, even if you're trying to respond positively to them. So whenever you misrepresent someone else's point, you create grounds for potential. I don't know. I just, if they do listen, I appreciate it. I know Hippo checked out the show. I super appreciate that.
You think he listened?
I'm pretty sure Ultra David never checked out the show, and that's super okay.
Ultra David definitely didn't listen. No way he listened. That dude is too...
Ultra David, Twitter us if you're listening to the show.
He didn't even do that. He has his assistant Twitter us. I don't know if I want to ask what he did, but I actually I want to know, but maybe I don't want to know.
No, this is a very good point to end the show. That if you don't know, this is not a great place to find out.
Listen, that's fine.
This is the safe space.
Okay. I don't care if it's true or false anymore. I don't fucking care. I don't care. Get out of here. GG's for that guy. Yeah, you're right. We're the best FGC podcast that's out there. Next to the other ones. This was a good one, though. This is how we end the show. We talk about how good of an episode it was, and then it dies. So I'm just going to say goodbye, because I don't remember how we actually ended.
Peace, guys.
Take care of yourself and each other. That's what I did. I forgot it. I said the old Jerry Springer thing.
Bye, Soul Calibur 6.
Yeah, bye, Soul Calibur 6, and then I'll see you in Red Dead. Bye!
No.